Hello everyone. Today I will be discussing on one of the very important topic which we all are aware of and we are using it nowadays to get each and every type of solution. We are trying to explore everything, we try to understand everything, or we try to use it for different purpose. So nowadays it is quite common for all the students or the researchers that they are using this chat GPT. So uh, I will try to say something about this particular chat GPT, how it works and what are the different versions of chat GPT, and we will take up certain examples on chat GPT so that we can use it in proper way. So let us see. So let us explore more on this chat GPT. So what it is, what we will be doing in this particular video, small video lesson. So we will try to first explain what is ChatGPT, and then we will try to see, we'll try to know what is ChatGPT, and then we'll try its evolution, the history of this ChatGPT, how it has evolved, and then we will try to see the different versions of ChatGPT, and the most important part is how we are going to use this particular ChatGPT. So we'll take up one example so that we can explore more on this ChatGPT. So this will be the plan of this particular video. Now, what is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an AI chatbot. So it is an artificial intelligence chatbot where we try to provide certain our queries we try to put, and then immediately within second it tries to give you answers on this particular on those particular queries. And if you see that the most popular chat gpt which we are using, or when it came into existence in November 30, 2022. So that is the official date of, so this is the official date, that is November 30, 2022. So in that date only, this particular chat GPT came into existence for general public use. And within 2 months, you can see within 2 months, there were 100 million users of this particular service. And then it is the most nowadays, now it is 2026, but still you can use chat GPT free of cost. And that's why it is very popular among the users. Of course, the paid versions are also available, but of course, uh, the free versions are also serving to our cause, and it is giving us result on whatever queries we try to get, whatever queries we try to address, that we can get from these free versions also. So if you see the evolution of this chat GPT, you can see that the you can see that the first chat gpt, what is the history of chat gpt, you can see that in the year 1980s and 90s, recurrent neural networks were made, and then we progressed towards uh, large neural networks. uh, you can say that the networks which are capable of retaining long-term, short-term memory. So in 80s and in 90s, you can see that the progress on this chat GPT model was being done. And by 2070, it transformed the entire model into large language models where it can understand the human interaction. So earlier, whatever models were there, 1980s to 2017 and until 2021, whatever models were there, that were based on API models, and there we were able to program that. Of course, those were open models only, and we are able to program in that. But in 2022, it came for use as a common uh, user language, means in the common user human interaction, it tries to understand, and it tries to um, interact with the users in their own language. So it is just based on human interaction. So the the what you can say, the common man also started using that one. Means earlier it was programmable, we were able to program it and get the result, but in 2022 it was made capable that the common man can interact with in their common language, and that's why it is based on large language models, and then we are getting the results. So this is the evolution of ChatGPT. Then, as I told, that this particular ChatGPT this model was this in 2022, because GPT is uh, those platforms which were working earlier. And when that GPT 3.5 architecture was built, at that time only the capability where it can be used as chatbot is you are able to interact and immediate you will able to get the immediate results. That capability we attained, and that's why when it came into existence in November 2022, within 2 months, that means by January 2023, it has got 100 million users. So it shows that how much popular it was. So you can again see here, it was released before ChatGPT's public launch. It was first released in March 2022. Then, after going for the trial run, it was released in the month of November 2022, and it has got immense potential. 175 billion parameters it was using, and it was able to give the result based on those conversations. And it was very much affordable because it was free of cost when this particular model came into existence. Then how it works? Actually, when you are seeing the working of this, what you are doing, you are just chatting, just like you are chatting with your friends or other person. You are just giving queries to the chat GPT, or suppose you are asking, what do you mean by uh, what do you mean by the process of evaporation? So you are just asking them certain question, or what do you mean by the how earthquake happens, so or how the rains occurs. So if you are asking this type of questions to the this particular model, then it will try to and again, if you are giving the context also, of course in this particular conversation is a what you can say, computer intelligence. So every time whatever question you are asking, you have to provide the context also, some controls also, that will try to understand. Means how effectively you are asking the query to the this particular AI chatbot, the results will depend on that one. So you have to frame your queries or inquiries, whatever you require, in proper way, or it is also called as prompt, that it is written here. So how effectively you can ask the question. Many times, if your question is not proper, suppose you are asking, what do you mean by earthquake? So for a two class of students, the explanation of earthquake will be totally different than the explanation of earthquake for a graduate students. So if you will provide that, explain earthquake for class two students, it will try to explain it in that particular language with that way of those examples which class two student can understand. And if you ask that, explain it to a geography students, of course, it will be totally different explanation. So the prompt matters. And then it will try to go to the model where the large language models are there, where you try to search from the previous database or previous collection or algorithm it tries to run, and based on their this particular algorithm, it tries to see the patterns and try to analyze the context, and then it will provide you the result. Once you get the results, you should try to see that if it is, of course, in ChatGPT, you will see that and it will ask that if you are satisfied with the answer or you want to refine it. So always go for refining if you are not satisfied with this answer or whatever response you are getting. So it is always a good practice that you go on giving better prompt so that you will get the answer in whatever context you are asking, and it fulfills your requirement. So that one you try to do. Now that the first ChatGPT platform was based upon ChatGPT 3.5, but afterwards GPT-4 came, and then the capability was much higher. So it was released in March 2023. It has got 1 trillion parameters. It is multimodal, so the capability of generating image or taking image as input also got into this. Means you can upload an image and you can ask explain this image whatever there in the image. Suppose an unknown um, image you got of a flower and you don't know about that particular flower, you can upload that particular image and then you can ask ChatGPT that explain this particular flower. So it will try to analyze and then it will generate results. And it has got it can run 128,000 tokens at particular time. So it is quite more faster, more capable of giving you results. So afterwards, the other version came that is called GPT Omni, and then it has got higher capability. It is also multimodal. It can process text, images. Speed was faster. Accessibility was much more, and then it was again free of cost. After that, if you try to see now, whatever which version now the latest version is ChatGPT 5, and we have reached up to the ChatGPT 5.6. So this is the advanced version, which is most fast and reliable. It can perform on complex and demanding tasks. It is much faster, lighter, and perfect for everyday use. It has got advanced reasoning. It can go for research and give you result. It is faster, more reliable, customizable. Means you can customize your result. You can um, get refined results, and that's why this is as you are going to the higher version, it is becoming more better for and more advanced to use. So whenever how you are using it, suppose you have to use ChatGPT, you just log in into chatgpt.com and then you just create an account with your email ID and you can use the free version. Of course, you can go for the latest paid version also or professional version also, but whatever free versions are there, that one will also serve your cause. So you can go and you can work on this particular version whenever you log in to ChatGPT. It will be linked to your email ID, and you can immediately work on your ChatGPT on your desktop or in mobile, wherever you want. You can go for that one. So, what you will do again after getting this particular uh, ChatGPT platform, you can ask the questions. So whenever you are asking any query, you should give context also. Suppose I told you that class 2 explanation will be different. For suppose as a teacher you want to get some information, you should mention the uh, specialization of that particular teacher. Suppose he is class 8 teacher, or suppose he is a professor in college, then he should provide the context so that you can get result in for your use. So that is required for the prompting so that you can get better results. Similarly, you have to suppose you want to get result from a document, suppose a PDF file you want to summarize, or suppose an image you want to understand, or if you want to read a particular document and it will read it out for you and you can easily understand that particular thing in what you can say in a flexible way, in a language which is easier to understand from a complex suppose a complex book chapters are there, so you can ask ChatGPT that you can please read this book in an easier way so that I can understand for uh, novice user how a person can understand. So that one also you can do. And always you can go for refinement. You can ask several times ChatGPT so that he can refine the result for you. So that way you can do. So this is the major ChatGPT versions. You can just try to see uh, in 13 November 2022 it was released, and it was basically for research review and conversation interaction. Then in 2023, a major capability step beyond GPT 3.5. It was actually GPT 3.5 only. But afterwards, when GPT 4 arrives, it has got more advanced. 2024, GPT 4 Omni came, then GPT 5. Now we are in this particular GPT 5, and newer versions are there where you are using it. So it has got more fast and more refined result, and it is going for deeper research whenever it is giving you results, and it is quite safe also. So these capabilities has been added to this newer versions. So you can see here, if you are again try to see that timeline, in 2018 GPT first came, and it was just based upon some external APIs where you can program it, and only the person, those who are able to understand computer or write computer language and coding, they were able to get result from this GPT uh, first, and GPT-2, and then GPT-3, and then in 2022 it came for public uh, use. And afterwards, I have already explained GPT-4, GPT-4 Omni, then GPT-5, and now you are in GPT 5.6 Solo. That is the latest version. So, uh, and the GPT 5.6 is the latest versions that you can use. It is smart and can engage in higher research. It can go for higher research also. So this is the capability and this is the evolution of ChatGPT. Now let us first try to understand one more thing, that whenever you are talking about model, we're talking about the different model, as I'm talking saying that ChatGPT 4 is there, ChatGPT 5.5, and then you have got ChatGPT 5.6. When you are talking about plan, that means the free ChatGPT accessibility is there. You can go for Go plan, you can go for Plus, you can go for, and these are paid plan. So can have different limits and features. So model is that particular version or the design or that the upgraded version. Plan is which plan you are using, and the features are whichever model you will use and whichever plan you will use. On that you will get the different features, the capabilities. So which version should I use? It depends upon the task available for you and what requirements you are going to, what requirements do you have. So that on basis of that you use that particular model. Of course, using a model you will go for the latest one. It is not a question for research or being thought of. You can go for the latest model, but for the plan you have to think, because money matters. So if you are able to manage with free plan, you will go for the free plan only. But you have to check the features and then you have to use it. Otherwise, if it is required, you can go for the plan, the paid plans also. So what is this is the current model. This is the current model. You can see GPT 5.5. It is for instant results. Then GPT 5.5 thinking model is also there. GPT 5.5 Pro is there. That means it is something paid one. And then you have got 5.6 Soul. So this is the latest version. Luna is there, Terra is there, but Soul is the uh, Luna and Luna and Terra. These versions are there, but the 5.6 or 5.6 Luna and Terra version. So there are 5.6 Soul is the latest one. So depending upon your task, you have to go for the paid version. Otherwise, maximum things as an academician you can do with the free version. Maybe in the future it will be paid, but the idea of ChatGPT and or OpenAI is was based upon that it will be provided free of cost. So seeing this ChatGPT or OpenAI platform, which has brought this particular um, AI chatbot, it came with the idea that it will be totally free of cost for the user. But nowadays, because of other versions like Gemini and Copilot and other uh, AI chatbot, maybe it has become paid. But I think that in the future also maybe the other all version maybe it will be uh, for the paid users or it will be having so many limitations. But ChatGPT, I think that it will be free for common use. So now let us go further and we try to understand how to use this one. So what you will do, you will go for prompting it, and then after prompting, you will get certain response. Then you will see that response, and then you will refine it so that you can get better results. So this is what do I want. Give clear instruction. You can give the context. Then you will get the response. Check the answer, and if you are not satisfied with the answer, you can always go for better answers. So let us try to see one example. So whenever you are giving a command to ChatGPT, these things you have to think about the prompt. So whenever you are prompting, this is the prompting formula. You have to assign a role, you have to assign the context, you have to assign the task, you have to assign, give the format, and you have to also talk about the limitations. So here is one example is given. Suppose you want photosynthesis to be explained in a class. You are a class 8 science teacher. So if you want to ask, you can easily ask that means explain photosynthesis to a student. But it will whatever result you will get, it will be not so much proper because ChatGPT will try to see that this particular student is of which class. So if you will provide all these particular things, suppose you will assign the role, suppose you want that particular response as a teacher, you are generating that response as a class 8 science teacher, and then you are asking what is it? Explain photosynthesis. Then what is the context? It is for a 13-year-old beginner, means his level is also beginner, he is not an expert. And then you are saying that your explanation should be simple. Use a simple table plus 5 questions you try to give, and use simple language, give examples. So this is a role or you can assign. You can become a class 8 science teacher. You can say that you are asking for explain photosynthesis for a 13-year-old beginner. So these all are trying to explain you that what do you mean by the prompting expert, or what do you mean by writing better prompt. So we will try to understand this particular thing. So let us try to see. Uh, so we will take one example. So suppose I am writing a prompt. I am writing that explain photosynthesis. Explain explain photosynthesis. Photosynthesis. Of course, you will get certain result. It just try to see the version also. It is saying that it is the thing version of GPT 5.5. 5 or 5.6, maybe 5.5 or 5.6 thing version you are using. So whenever you are saying that explain photosynthesis and you are this is your prompt and you are clicking enter, just try to see what answer you are getting. Photosynthesis is a process plant used to make their own photo, and this you have got this particular answer. Of course, it is better if you will write that as a teacher you want to prepare a note, or as a teacher you want to explain to the students. So what you can write as prepare a note for a class science class 8 science teacher on photosynthesis. So you are trying to say that I want to prepare a note on photosynthesis as a science teacher. Now your prompt has become better. So as you are providing the role, you have got the response like this. You just try to see the response has become according to the context. So certainly here is the class 8 science teacher note present. So it is the note that you can provide to the students, and in this way you can teach the students. Now again, suppose I will say that explain photosynthesis for to a class 8 student in an easier way. I'm trying to increase the formula ingredients. So I am trying to increase the this all prompting formula in this. So I have put that explain photosynthesis to a class 8 student in an easier way. This is the format, and in the easier way. And then I am trying to say that summarize it in a paragraph and in a table. And then I am also adding use simple language for a beginner student. Now just try to see what is the result you will get. See, this is photosynthesis explanation of class 8. So this is one paragraph. This is one paragraph in which photosynthesis has been explained, and then it is in very easy language. You can try to see that this is in very easy language. It is you are trying to see. So, and then as I told it to give it in a table, then you are getting a table here, and then so as you are increasing the quality of the prompt, in that way you will get the result. Your result will become also better. So this is the way that in which you can use ChatGPT. Now, as I told that in ChatGPT you have got other option also. You can generate image also. So that one also you can do it. So before going to that, just try to see. You can add photos and you can ask about that one. You can add from the library and any file, and you can ask the meaning of that particular PDF. You can ask them to explain that PDF. You can create image. I can go for this one. I can say that draw a cat which is black and funny. Now see, you can create an image. The ChatGPT is creating the image. So it can be used for creating the image. In the meantime, you will see that what other things you can do. You can go for web search so that you can engage in real-time research. You can go for finding nearby places. It will give you map of that particular area. You can go for deep research. You can ask something about particular phenomenon or particular concept, and then you can also uh, link it to the Canva, where it can connect to the Canva and it can generate a particular design or model. So you try to see you have got the image of a cat which is funny and black in color. So you can go for creating other things. Suppose you can go for adding it from your library. You have got this library. You can store different. Suppose earlier prompts are there. These all prompts are there. You can add it to your library. You can add it to your library, share it to your library, and afterwards you can, suppose you want to use that particular chat later on, you can go and uh, add it. You can use it for future purpose. Whenever you require that particular thing, you can add particular things. So these are some of the things which is already there in library, and from here uh, you can insert the things in the, suppose this particular, suppose whatever things has been, so you can ask about this particular, suppose this particular image, tell me something about this particular image. You can always ask, suppose this image you want, tell me about this image. So it will try to give you the result about this particular image. So there are several uses you can do from ChatGPT, and in this way you are interacting on ChatGPT. So you will get result. It will tell about this particular image within the meantime. You can see that what you can do after. So let us summarize. In the meantime, let us summarize what we have read in this particular video. So, so what are the ways in which you are doing this particular? You are using this ChatGPT. You can go for learning particular thing. You can write a particular. Suppose this is the uh, so this result you have got. So maybe with this result you are not, because it has not talked about this particular image. So you can again ask, tell me about. No. So again ask, explain the image in easy language. So let us see. Now you have got the result. It is explaining this particular image which is attached here. So in this way, you can go for different uses of ChatGPT. And what are the different uses? You can use it for learning. You can use it for writing. You can always ask, write an application for the from the school, and you can give the context. I am a student of class 9. Write the application for leave from the school for 2 days. So of course you can give more information. You can provide the dates. You can write the name of the school. Then see, this is the format you have got. This is the leave application. So it can be used for reading. You can use for thinking. You can go for higher research. You can go for analyzing particular thing. So this particular application has been generated. So this particular application has been generated. You can always use it for analyzing, creating, and for your work. And then as I told you, let us go to the presentation. So as I told you that whenever you are using this ChatGPT, these things you have to take care. So you have to a first answer is often a starting point. You always try to refine your answers so to get a better answer by improving your prompts. You have to cite because if you are using it for from ChatGPT, you have to cite that you have taken it from AI chatbot tools, or you have to cite the source. Many times it will also suggest you the sources also. So to cite those sources, treat AI output as an assistant. So it is not that whatever truth, whatever outputs are there provided by AI is totally perfect one. You have to analyze this. You go for triangulation and try to see that if everything is correct, then only use it. Use it. Avoid saying that if you are going for prompting, try to see that if you are not sharing your confidential information, photos, or this particular, what you can say, uh, your passwords or mobile numbers, whenever means whatever serious informations are there that you should not try to share, then you verify whatever outcomes you are getting. You just try to see that if things are uh, correct or not. Check important facts, calculations, citations, and correct information. So in that way, if you are using this chat GPT, then it is the best way of using these chatbots. So this is the source from where I have prepared this presentation and video. I hope you understood this particular use of ChatGPT, and in the upcoming videos I will discuss more in detail, taking one particular use, how to upload a particular file and try to summarize this PDF file, or engage in deep research. Means in here I just try to uh, explain you that how ChatGPT can be used for general common queries, but in the later slides I will try to later videos in the upcoming videos I will try to focus on a particular aspect of ChatGPT, maybe the research aspect, or where you can go for engaging in deep research. So hopefully you have understood something about this particular use of ChatGPT. So kindly subscribe to the channel. Thank you.